WesWes Show.
Alright, what's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Empty Out the Clip, the EOTC.
What's up, boys?
Up here in the house on the Saturday afternoon, out west Auckland. My name's Camz, and with my usos over here. Letz, what's up, brother?
What's up, Uzo?
AndAve, what's up, man?
Famous guy.
Good to see you guys. Man, so we'll just start off by doing some shout-outs. So, over to you,
Okay, I'm not prepared, but I'll just shout out to no, I am prepared. So today was our last training with the group that I've been training with every Saturday morning for the year. So we did Mangere Mountain this morning. Shout out to the team. That's and to everyone listening, I guess. Yep, that's me.
Shout out. I want to shout out to my cousin Terza, drove up from Poro, my aunt, this yesterday morning. And another shout out to what was I gonna say? To the girls on the back of the on the AFAKASI SCOOP, man. Keep holding it down for the WesWes network, man. Love the content coming out. All that noise, Just close these windows, man, and carry on.
Yep, shout out to Sin, Ria, and T and AFAKASI SCOOP. And shout out to the guests who come on back on Refire, Diamond Langi and Steven Setsu. And the last two guests we've had on, so thank you for those guys. Shout out to you guys. Let's just touch on your episode of AFAKASI SCOOP. I was like off the bat. So, how was your first experience being a guest on their show?
Like when I got here, because they said 6 o'clock, so I got here at about like right on 6, and then the podcast didn't start till I think after 7 because they all went on an alcohol run.
They're during the podcast.
Yeah, they all went on an alcohol run. Oh, ease. Hello. So was all. Yeah, they no, it was good. It was I was a bit nervous when we started talking, but then I warmed up, and then just the episodes started flowing. It flowed. I reckon it flowed. Some of the questions were, bit on the spot, but no, it was it was good.
I was going to ask you about that.
Yeah.
Surely you were starstruck when you walked in and you saw the famous panel.
Tell the truth. No, it was good because, it's different from what I was telling the girls. It was different from listening to them, and seeing the video, the snippets, but then actually being, on the, here with them and talking. It was good. I warmed up, and then, just some of the questions were pretty pretty hot topic.
So you knew that coming in, right? You knew that some of these questions were going to be...
Yeah. From the past, episodes and that I saw, yeah. Yeah. It was good. Like what Letz was saying in the beginning, big ups to the AFAKASI SCOOP. The girls are making noise, what is it, close to 30k views or something on TikTok or something? Yeah,
it was that video with Cam. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That was the video that...
The bubble episode, that one. Oh yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately I still gotta put that video up. I mean the whole podcast. I think it comes out on Monday, because I think I'm gonna try and do this every week. So released every Monday morning.
Oh yeah.
So even if they it'll be cool, because even if they come do 2 episodes in one go, and then we'll stretch it out for 2 weeks. So they don't have to come, but it's all good. But we're nervous with some of these, because obviously all the questions come out of those 3 boxes in front of us. And you had some questions in there too,
Yeah.
But I was shocked that those questions you actually wrote in, you pulled them out, or they pulled out?
Yeah. That's what was weird because I wrote some questions out, and they were the ones that some of the girls pulled out, and I was trying to mix it up, so they wouldn't pick my one.
Avez.
So did they say yes?
What?
The date.
I bet you they
That's
had a
another
look.
conversation, eh?
I bet you they had a look and they folded it up. Okay, put this to the side. This one.
Nah, it was cool. I think, and then they warmed up too because I think they were drinking wine. It was good. Yeah, enjoyed it.
Yes, I thought on this episode we'll probably steal these three these three question boxes, and we'll have a go. We'll have a round.
Have a
Later
round,
on.
Yeah, man, no, we have to.
Just one.
Girls are holding it down for us, man. We gotta. Man. There's some sick motherfuckers on listening to some of their stuff from different platforms. You gotta remember, man, they ain't writing most of these questions. Most of these questions are in from the listeners and the viewers.
I'm scared.
So those ones who are too scared to ask their neighbor or their sister-in-law or whatever the fuck, they're writing it in. So there we go. Let's not, beat around the bush and just do it. But because I have Steve Setu on the pod, the sexologist, giving us a bit of education for us,
So we're just in the middle of our shout outs. So you got any shout outs here?
Nah. I got no shout outs today. Just glad to
Sweet.
be here.
Sweet. All right. We'll get into our first topic. So Toa Samoa beat MMT Tonga last weekend. Early Monday. It was an early Monday game, I believe.
Yeah.
3:30, yeah.
3:30 in the morning.
Fucking hell.
And it was an awesome game, eh? Like it was tight all the way from start to finish, and it could, even in the last 2 minutes, man, it could have gone either way. If I think it was Lula here, he dropped the ball, right in front of the sticks. So
Was it a kick? You try to
or something?
kick it, eh?
But it was a turnover last minute, and if they, you don't know if they pulled it off, they would have scored and won, or but they made a mistake and it was Samoa's ball, and they just had to slow it down for the last 30 seconds and won the game. But there was nothing in it, nothing in it. Samoa came on top, but man, up to the last 30 minute, man, Tonga could have won, man.
It's close.
It's close all the way. And you gotta feel, man, because all week, man, I felt for the Tongan fans, because
Yep, straight up.
on social media, man, even
Even in person.
yeah, man, but even in
Whangongoa umalako, man. Whangongoa,
I
like
saw
that's
some
it's
of
like,
the.
my auntie passed away last week, mate, and I knew how they feel, like, and then that's how they felt this week.
Yeah.
That's exactly how they felt, man, because they felt like that at work, man. It was like, come on, man, like, you couldn't even make, like, light banter and laugh about it. Like I told my mate, Sunday, it was eat your dog, it's all right. Then I even said, oh, fuck, don't worry about your dog, leave it, we'll eat my dog. And still, he was like, Percy stopped, like, very going for a ride, and the pictures of him going into traffic. I was like, totally, man, it's just a game, man, it's just a game.
Oh, it was the opposite thing for me at work. Most of my regulars, like my Tongan ones, they were like they were still happy because they enjoyed the game. They said it was a good game. They really enjoyed
like
it.
I said at the end of that episode, man, fuck, if Junior Polo didn't show up, fuck, there was no way we were going to fucking win, bro, and JT would have shat on us. But you can see on the snippet, bro, I think it was the last 2 minutes, when JT tries to tackle Polo and he gets, get the fuck over me.
Yeah, he got bumped off.
But that last play where he pulls his elbow out, man, shit, they could have fucking turned the game,
Yeah.
Because if they had a captain's challenged the decision, fuck, I reckon if the way the bunker's been fucking calling some of these tries offsides and shit, fuck, he probably would have got sent off. And then they would have had the 13 on 12. That last play, they probably could have scored. Shot Kolomatangi, build-ups. Like I said, man, there's too many pretenders in that Tongan team. Fuck, there's no real gangsters, The exit of Manu Mau, said it all.
Did you guys see that TikTok where that guy, there's a TikTok of that guy and he's got the two teams on like he's got the Tongan team on one side and then the Toa team on the other side, and then he's like, he's giving them like the numbers, the positions, Did you guys see that one? And he's like, was it William Hapuari, and then
That's the fuck your ass guy.
yeah, and he dogs the fullback.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then
So yeah,
but then
he goes, it's not your time to shine.
Yeah, and then he sends the then someone else did a clip of it where surely you know bowls them all over and he almost scores.
Just on they're playing the trumpet music, eh?
Yeah, bro. Like just the energy.
But
to
you know what?
do
He
all
didn't
that.
watch the game. He didn't watch it live.
Oh,
Yeah, because I follow him. And he said he didn't watch it live, but he was like, "Yep, all good. You know, it is what it is.
And
I can just give me the time to watch it back, and then we'll see if he's still 100%. You know, following the tour and that."
yeah. Then I see his next. I think he does a TikTok and he's going to work after the game.
Yeah,
and he's
yeah.
singing, giving praises to both sides and that.
Yeah.
I'm like, calm down, buddy, calm down. Yeah.
So what do you guys make of the celebrations? Because you know it's because you know I'm reminded of when MMT started, the first hype when Tamalolo first sent his allegiance to Tonga. Andrew Fafita did it, and that brought up Tongan rugby league, and that support that we witnessed during that time was huge.
Massive, man.
It was huge, and it's something that we never seen before. That kind of support. You know, this is the first time because Samoa had their team, which sort of matched MMT's team. You sort of see the Samoan fans doing the same thing, like the celebrating and going to the car parks, like Henderson car park, the West City car park. You know, they're doing their parades there.
Yeah.
And all over the place. So you see the flags everywhere when you drive to work, and you know you're stuck in traffic. You see 10, 20 flags on the way to work, you know, and on the way back home you see 10, 20 flags again. But that kind of support, that kind of celebrations, the first time I've seen Samoa in that same level as the MMT support from back in the day.
Yeah.
I think you have to acknowledge the way the Samoa team is pretty much New South Wales. Just say that. Hey, it's New South Wales. It's not Samoa. It's the New South Wales heritage team playing the Toa colours. Just like the New Zealand Samoa, like the New Zealand Kiwis.
Yeah.
Like the amount of Samoans playing in that team. That's how it is. But bro, celebrations has been good, eh? It's been good. Like I saw a couple of weddings online, people coming out into the entrance and the reception, and they got the flags. Like fuck, that's gangster.
Oh no.
You know, and like I've always said on the pods, like fuck, of the time to be Samoan and recognized in the time like WWE, boxing, sports, Mark Hunt, and everyone else winning. I was like, bro, Samoa's doing good, and like we're a high chance that we could make the World Cup final. And yeah, man, that's like not taking anything away from Tonga and Fiji and Papua New Guinea and that. Like the landscape has changed, man. Like the Pacific is really competing. We're underfunded by a country mile compared to New Zealand, England, and Australia.
Yeah.
But just the talent's always been in the Pacific, man. And those monkeys at the top, they don't want to see that change, eh? And they're just trying to do everything to weaken the Pacifica teams. But yeah, good luck trying to weaken the tour tomorrow, man. Because fuck, it's gonna be something else, eh?
Have you been seeing the celebrations around on social media and on video
everywhere,
on the streets?
Everywhere. I see it on my social, the feeds, TikTok. Everyone's going crazy. But then I see like there was that someone did a TikTok of there was a Tongan supporter crying in the crowd. You know that tells you how passionate how
that's
that
the big
supporter.
Guy, eh?
Yeah.
The front seats, yeah.
How passionate that supporter is, you know, and that's what's like how when Tonga first started, right? Like when they, like you were saying, Fafita and Tamalolo, you know, played for Tonga. The support then, it was like the Red Nation, you know, it was packed everywhere, Tonga, everywhere. And then it's good that you see some of this, like now the Samoan, like the everyone supporting it hard. And Brizzy too. Do you see in Brizzy? Man, my daughter, she shared on her story, they had a parade down where they're about, you know. Man, it was packed.
It's cool to see Australia celebrating, like you said, like in Brisbane, Sydney, like even on TikTok and on all social media, you see them, you know, doing those parades at night and all that. How about you, Eric? Have you been seeing it? What have you been seeing around?
Yeah, about those guys at was it Henderson car park? Because they got chased by the police. Tow truck driver was saying, and they turned up to work. Probably close to 1, they were getting the feed, and I think they were getting ready for the game. They had all their flags.
Man.
They were all wasted. happy. Then another couple of carloads came through, and it was just all. And Tongan carload came through too. And they all, I thought, like everybody was scared because they were thinking there might be a big massive fight depending on the results. But man, it was all love.
Yeah.
It was a crack up. Just prior to that game, and then when I saw you guys started texting about the game, I was like, oh shit! It just went dead quiet at work.
Especially in Australia, right? When you see those footage of those parades in Australia, especially before the game, because you had both Tonga and Samoa celebrating.
Yeah.
And they'll come to these car parks and you see it's just packed with flags, Tongan flags, the Samoa flags, and they're doing the dancing and that.
Yeah.
And then you think, man, is there going to be a fight? Is there, Like, that's what it felt like, but
it was so love.
But it's cool seeing that because it's like you think, oh, okay, if you think out west and you go, okay, where are all the Samoans out west? And you go, Henderson. You just know straight away, Henderson car park, right? And then like you saying Sydney, it was like, fuck, everyone knows this is Mount Druitt.
Yeah,
this is
man.
West Coast as you can get.
Yeah.
Then like in Brisbane, we get there's only one place over there is Logan.
Yeah,
Everyone knows it's Logan. And just like it is in Mangere out South Auckland. But that's, man, it's crazy because like when everyone's saying Mangere, it was like, we started at 6. People were like saying, coming late to work. I'm like, fuck it, people still celebrating at the car park. I was like, oh, true. My bad. It's like, why are you late? They're the fucking cars, man. Still waving their flags from the game.
They did a parade down Aotearoa, though. Aotearoa Strip, eh?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because it was funny because I went into the training. I didn't even click. I did a training there on Monday night, and like we saw heaps of some of the flags, Tongan, Samoan flags. They were all out in Aotearoa. Because we had our training in the Aotearoa Community Centre. So that's in like sort of in the middle of everything. And like it was just, and like we're wondering, why is it? Oh, it's because they're doing the parade. You know?
Yeah, Aotearoa's the home of Tonga, eh?
Yeah, oh yeah,
That's their area.
And then there was then you heard those little negative stories that came out of the parade and the celebration. So I saw the video, I think it was in Brisbane or in Australia. There was an accident where the car smashed in the back of the other car.
Shit.
And then I saw in the Herald, there's a news article about a girl that was celebrating on the bonnet of the car in Aotearoa. And actually the car stopped and she fell forward on the road and the car ran over. And she was trapped underneath the car. So she got taken to Midmore Hospital with some injuries there. And then I saw another TikTok this morning, I think, with I think a car pulled up to Aotearoa and there was cops there like trying to, and she, oh, are you here to stop the parade? And yeah, we're trying to shut it down because, you know, people being getting injured and you know, it's getting rowdy, stuff like that. So yeah, there's that, and then there's that boy in Samoa that.
Oh, the trolley boy.
The trolley boy. So
yeah, man, that's probably the most heartbreaking thing ever. Eh?
Yeah,
that kid and like in a nutshell, that's like because that picture was taken from the main strip in Apia, and I think if you see the snippets of the footage that first aired, it was just of him overtaking the guy at the front of the parade.
Yeah.
He just obviously, it started to rain and this guy was like, nah, Ostole, man.
Yeah.
Like, you know, you need it once, fuck, let's go. And then, yeah, he's like running across the main road with his trolley. And he's obviously got his gumma inside the trolley holding the flag. But it's like, man, that photo I saw got like touched up so many times and around, like from every platform. But it just shows us like, man, Samoa is not the richest day. It is a place of poverty. The poverty is real. The struggle is real. But like, man, that's little small Samoa in the Pacific. And that's them celebrating. Like, that's how much that win meant to those kids.
Yeah.
And right. Like, you know, Tongans might not view it that way. But to those kids back in Samoa, like, they were so proud, man. Like, even to see him, like, you know, even when he's going off the road. But then what follows next day is like when you go, fuck, really? It's like one act they can just overshadow all of that, you know. And there's that. Was his last name was? Oh no, Leo.
No.
But that Buki or Leo, man.
Yeah, what a
straight up, eh?
Yeah.
And if that's your family also, and you live out west, man, meet me at Starling Park, bro. Because that's not our name.
So just fill us in. What was that cop saying?
Oh, I was too mad to listen to it. But he was saying that he had priors. He had priors. So he had obviously made a TikTok, and he's got marijuana plants. So all of a sudden, Samoa's law system is higher than any other law system in the world because you can get arrested by having illegal substances or in your videos and shit.
Yeah.
Or what does that say about Three Lepers? Because you remember he did that to that. What's his name? I forgot. But it was a guy who was outspoken, and they tried to arrest him on charges because the stuff he was feeding to the public, and like he went on his platform, and then he ended up getting arrested. I forgot his name. Samoan dude. Yeah, but that poor kid apparently had priors. So I'm sure I listened to one snippet of a cop saying that he's a thief.
Yeah, I saw.
But they were talking about the trolley. Like,
yeah.
Oh my gosh, they're talking about a trolley.
That's what he got pulled up for.
They reckon the cop said that he recognized him because obviously he's got a TikTok that's been going around about. It's like, hey, that's the guy with the marijuana kid. He's the marijuana kid. But then, because the cop saw him and he saw the trolley was obviously the shops on the other side of up here. But I was like, really? Ever a trolley?
Yeah.
Like, fuck, man. That is just like, if you can remember the Olympic Games, you know, when Usain Bolt won the 4x100.
Yeah.
And he had the baton, and he didn't give it to the official, right? And he carried on running. And then another official who was at the next 50 meters stopped him and took the baton off him. Like, what the fuck? Who does that, right? Because the cameras, everyone around the world's watching. But he just like sort of like intervened, like, oh yeah, you got to give the baton back. It's like, you didn't just win the Olympic fucking 4x100 meters. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
He gave it in the end, but then obviously someone upstairs, one of these monkeys upstairs, goes, give me the fucking baton back. What the fuck are you doing? You know? So any of the monkeys were watching when their kid got apprehended by the cops, man, because fuck, my heart sunk when I saw it.
Yeah.
And then I've seen like videos of people like ringing in saying, man, they're kids. They just let kids be kids.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't look at they over 14.
And I think Ria was saying when I was on their podcast that one of her cousins is fundraising.
Oh yeah.
To try to get him out of to pay for the fine
legal fees and stuff. Yeah.
Oh,
and then I think it's fill a trolley for $300. So whatever money that it's like a GoFundMe, and then whatever money comes in would help that. But I mean, that's what it means to the world. Like everyone watching, that's the poverty in Samoa. Like you know, kids will use a trolley to jump into a parade because they can't afford a wheeler or a bike or a car. So a trolley, but it's like that trolley, the empty trolley, is the reality in Samoa. You know.
Yeah.
And it was raining, like the kids just saw Tonga lose, you know, so they just went one better and just fuck it. But the only thing missing was the freaking horns, like the sirens.
Yeah, it sounds like the punishment was too harsh.
Yeah. Oh, bro, that's.
Yeah, I think
he got handcuffed, everything.
Especially with social media, and like how everything can just be amplified by like one little stitch, like. And it showed, because that guy, it showed him like his picture, and he's like happy as. Then it's got small, just him pushing his mate in the trolley with the flag.
Yeah.
And then above it's got the cop, the one who's arresting him. Everyone's looking at that picture, okay, fuck that guy, you know? See, his poor kids, we like, fuck your dad's there, dickhead that's arrested the poor kid pushing the trolley.
He should claim rights on that photo because he's gonna be world famous now.
Oh, he's world famous, bro. Especially because you know that I think it's one of the guys who's out in Minarira, he's like a community leader. He started that GoFundMe for that the fundraiser, all the funds going towards the poverty in Samoa. But first to help that guy, that kid, if he's got any legal fees.
You know what's crack about all that story? When I was reading the article, they were like acknowledging his loyalty to Samoa, his passion for Samoa, his patriotism.
Yeah,
doing the thing, you know. Amongst all that, like, he still gets arrested. And, you know,
yeah,
so.
I know. That's fuck day. You know, I told her I made it work. Okay, have you seen the TikTok? She's only in Samoa. Only in Samoa.
It's almost like that cop wants to be praised for his detective work. Like, if all it was just him being on a viral video, and then, oh yeah, that's the guy. Let's go get him. Like, you know,
maybe the cop's ego tripping. He's just ego tripping. Man.
Has to, bro. Fuck yeah, that's a real buzzkill, Real buzzkill.
Yeah, so I hope his trolley gets food with the groceries. But now it's good because the mum they had the mum on the article. They interviewed the mum, and all the proceeds go to the mum, the family, to help with the, with the food and that. All right, since we're talking about sports, did you guys watch the Mark Hunt, Sonny Bill Williams fight?
Nah, I never got to watch it, but I saw the highlights.
Did you watch the lives?
Yeah.
I just had to tell Gio and Camz, don't never ever doubt the hunt. Don't never ever doubt, there's one thing you can never do in this lifetime is like, you always back the war horse, man. And
that's why I love the podcast, because when we can make these predictions, it's on record.
Wait.
Oh, I never thought of it like that. But if we do go back to last week's episode.
My bad about the Samoan and England's first game. Because I go, Samoa's going to, rip them up.
Bro, that's podcast cursing right there, man. What we did it the week before our first game. Shit.
Anyway.
Like I said, it was a New South Wales team. Carry on.
Yeah. Oh, do you want to get...
Yeah, you go.
Okay, so I watched the fight. It just what I saw and seen is that it doesn't matter how fit you look, good, experience. There's different levels. Sonny Bill, who's Sonny Bill fought, and who's Mark Hunt fought.
Yeah. Well, Sonny Bill. That's on the back of Sonny Bill's win over that Hall guy. Eh? Remember that was his last fight that he came in and annihilated freaking him in the first round.
Yeah.
And Hall came off the back of a draw with Paul Gallen. Eh?
Yeah,
so that's why that fight was sort of like, oh, wow, man, doesn't that make that interesting? And then it showed, because obviously there was some sort of tension between Paul Gallen and Sonny Bill.
Yeah.
But then anyone who didn't see the fight, if you saw this fight that just happened last weekend, make your own mind up, man, because, cherry picking, man.
Mark Hunt has fought, killers, the guys that were in, is it Pride?
Yeah,
Pride, and then obviously
K1.
get K1, and then the UFC, Come on, man.
That K1 was crazy because it could be any weight class.
Yeah.
Like superweight, heavyweight to a heavyweight kind of thing. Fuck, it was nuts.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. And then, I just experience over, talent or whatever you can say,
Man, I just want to say, anyone who knows me, ever since Mark Hunt donned the fucking ring, man, square or round, I've always been a Mark Hunt fan all my fucking life. Right to the point that, when you inherit and you know it and you follow it and you believe in it, your kids inherit it, they believe in it. I watched that fight with my wife and my daughter's read the book. My daughter's seen every fight he's had. And every time he said in the book, I wasn't even fucking trained. I was gambling. I was spending money. I was busy asleep. And half an hour before the fight, they're like, totally, what the fuck? She saw it, And he lost. I think he was sitting at 165 kilos, and he was eating cheesecake. And then Sonny Bill decided to ring him, or his mate, the promoter, decided to ring him and say, fuck, how about we make this fight happen? So in his mind, the first thing that came out of his mouth was like, fuck, you should let me eat my cheesecake, And that's what he had to say about it. So when he walked into the ring, man, beautiful sight, man. His corner and his camp and he calls it the war room, was calm as, man. Everyone was just all mellowed out. He's just going through his strategy. There's no anticipation. Fuck, you're gonna fight soon. He had David Tor in his corner. He had Kali Meehan in the corner. He had Ray Sefo on the phone. That is the best way you can exit your career if you're gonna hang up the gloves, Because, man, the way he picked Sonny apart, bro, and it almost made Sonny look amateur.
Yeah.
Because, he caught him with some body shots. And the body shots was like, damn, did he just clean hit him in the fucking ribs? Sonny's guard was up. And even when he fucking picked it, he even said, I think I caught him with an uppercut. And, the camera doesn't go back to the uppercut. Then when you see the uppercut before his mouth guard comes out, I was like, fuck, that was clean uppercut. So, Mark's knowledge about his hand and where he's placing his hands, fucking bang on, man.
Yeah.
Because, if you go and watch the fight, anyone that gives the opportunity to watch it, man, watch it from every angle, but then watch it from how Mark explains how he punched them. Because, he got him with the body shot, and he said, I was just seeing to see which way he was going to go. And usually in boxing, there's a censor line, right? And the censor line's they're straight down the middle. And if you just move your right cheek to your left side of the body, you're off the center line. That's all Sonny Bill has to do. But when he got tagged with a body shot, he was so fucking, oh, fuck, he's going to come for my rib again. And he just kept his head straight there. Fuck, Mark just came over overhand right, bing, straight on the face. Fucking mouth guard on the floor. The ref gave him 35 seconds with the mouth guard in his mouth. This is after he's like, fuck, that hurt. I'm like, fuck it, baby. Shouldn't have called him out, eh?
Yeah, man.
And the worst thing his corner did was let him fucking put the mouth guard back. They should have said, that's enough. If they really gave a fuck about his health, they would have said, that's enough.
Yeah.
Well, made it even worse. He washed the. He took a little walk. Did a little. Okay, I'm gonna get my ass kicked now. And the ref said, "Come again." Oh man, Mark unleashed on him like a fucking Jerome LeBannerman, man. He fucking killed him. But I reckon he was holding back, to be honest.
Yeah,
he was holding back, because if he had unleashed properly, bro, he would have went down to the body again. Fucking just ripped his head off, eh?
This why you got to give it up to like the mixed martial art fighters and that, because the boxers and that, like, just imagine if they were in the octagon, you know, like with the Mark Hunt's leg kicking.
Bro, it's over.
That, you know, that's
even
different.
like a fucking backhand, like a reverse backhand. Fuck.
Right.
I would have said straight off. If they were going to have a match like that, it would have been Mark Hunt all the way.
Even the elbows too, eh? And the knees.
Yeah, because he loves those elbows.
But fuck, man, it just, you know, full respect to Sonny for thinking he could go in there and fucking hurt Mark. Like, surely. You did that to Francois Boffa, bro, when you were fucking 10 years younger, and he still rung your bell.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's just fucking stupid, bro. Like, he chose the wrong guy, eh? And like, you know, the great thing about it is that, you know, Samoa did win that weekend. We won the World Cup. Fucking, you know, as soon as Sonny knew that fucking he wasn't going to take anymore, fuck, Mark was the first to go over and say, fuck, sorry. Like, you know? And then David Toa went over and comforted him. Like,
I saw that.
Man, don't let this stop you from progressing. But he didn't mention it. Like, fuck, he feels almost embarrassed. So he should be, man. Fuck, you're calling out a guy who's almost 50.
Age,
fucking,
man, yeah.
Bro, he lost 35 kilos to you. You should have let him eat his cake, bro. Fuck. But he asked for it, eh? You know? You can't fucking...
Yeah.
Can't do that to Mark, bro. Like, it's just beautiful that it happened at home.
Yeah.
And he didn't have any troubles trying to get into the state or anything. It was just like, fuck. Everything was all in his favor, eh? Like, it was just too comfortable for him. And then the song just topped that off, eh, when he walked out. Like, he played that Still, eh? Dr. Dre. I was like, damn, this guy's gonna win.
How much time did he have to, how much time? Yeah.
6 weeks, man. He dropped 30 kilos.
In 6 weeks.
6 weeks.
Wow.
How the fuck do you do that?
I was watching his post every day, and he talks about, I forgot what his trainer's name, but I think it was a Palangi girl. Say her name was Angela. He's like, yeah, man, just had a mean as day training, and fucking hearing Angela's voice.
What, did you follow him?
Talking like that, like about the trainer. I was like,
yeah, it must have been
but
that
he said,
bad.
fuck it. He lost the weight, eh? And like he said, straight afterwards, he was hugging her and like, thanks heaps, man, but I fucking know you can fucking fight. Shut up.
It was good to see that he had his daughter and I think his son.
His kids. Yeah,
when they came up. That was nice. Yeah, man. What was your take on the games?
I was quite shocked that when I heard Mark Hunt interview after. He said that Sonny Bill actually called him up. Like, that was the first time I heard that, and I was I was shocked because I thought, why would you want to do that? You know, I thought it was just something that just came up. The promoters organized, but
you reckon it would have been on the back of because how he destroyed that whole guy, thinking, Gallon went the distance with Mark. But Mark was like way overweight in that fight, eh? Like, you could tell,
man.
Just pay me, man. Like,
so here's a question: where do you think Sonny Bill goes from here in terms of his boxing career?
Oh,
does he still have one?
it's a very good question. I reckon he needs to really, really decide whether he wants to put himself out there like that, eh? Because, man, to look at the age difference between him and Hunt, look at, like, this is a guy, like, fucking, there's no cooking. Like, it takes a lot of, like, discipline to sort of knock that out of your game, eh? It's like punching with one hand. Like, having your kicks restricted in that. I reckon he needs to either pick someone that's relevant in Australia or just hang up the gloves, man. Cause
Because I thought picking Mark Hunt wouldn't be part of the normal, pathway to go up the ranks in professional boxing, Isn't that like a charity some kind of
Yeah,
fight,
like
or
Jake.
That's what I thought.
like a
Paul
Jake Paul
thing.
kind of thing?
that would be the money fight right there. That would be a fight. Take on Jake
Sonny
Paul.
Paul.
Sonny Paul. Because I think that was rumored probably like way before the Mark Hunt fight.
Yeah.
Like, and it was just like being thrown around. But I think, Jake Paul was sort of like, I've got some stuff lined up.
Yeah. He's been, I already called on that Andrew Tate as well. With Jake Paul.
Well, look what he did to Silver, bro.
Oh, no. What's the older brother's name? Logan.
Logan.
I think he called out Andrew Tate.
Oh, no, because that's in wrestling. I think Logan Paul's in wrestling.
Yeah,
Or was it Logan Paul's in wrestling, eh?
The WWE.
the older brother. Yeah.
Oh, I don't really care about those guys. Because what they're trying to do now is like they're trying to ride the back of Mark's parade against the UFC. Like they're trying to say equal pay and better life, better health insurance and shit.
Mm.
But yeah, I reckon Sonny Bill should just lavanga, man.
Yeah. Yeah. How old is he? 28? 29 or something?
Let me fact check that.
He'd be 37, wouldn't he? 37.
Oh, Sonny Bill.
Sonny Bill, yeah.
Oh, shit. Oh, okay.
Because he did win that interim Pan Pacific title
He's 37 years old.
when he beat
Oh, fuck. Okay.
was it Francois Boffa? He won a title then. That's the fight they went from 12 to 10 rounds.
Oh, and then
And then Francois fucking rings his
Yeah,
bell. And then
and
like you can tell at the end of the fight, he's like, he's got a mean headache.
that's where they didn't they do something wrong with the time or something?
Yeah, they rang it like 10. Like,
Oh yeah.
and they rang the bell. Yeah.
Yes.
But what you saw on the screen was this is 1 of 12. And then it got to the 10th round. This is the last 10 of 10 rounds. They changed it.
Yeah.
And no one knew.
I remember that. Wow.
Yeah, give it a boost.
Stick to commentating.
All right, boys. We'll go around the WesWes Network, and don't know if you guys been listening to any of the podcasts the WesWes Network been popping out the last week, but anything that sticks out, anything learned, any podcasts you guys want to touch on? Eric, have you heard?
Nah, I haven't heard anything, I'll be honest.
Well, thanks, man.
Sorry.
Thanks for your support, mate. Thanks.
Yeah.
Well, he pays the subscription a month fee.
Hey?
You pay the subscription a month, the donation on the tab.
On the Company Friday?
No, not the WesWes Network.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, shows. That Tia lady, the uni professor.
Jemima. Yep. Yep.
Man, I'll be honest, man. After listening to the first part of Steve Setsu's pod, and I sort of had to stop, and it put me in a certain way. Like, I got my feels from it, but it wasn't the best, and I didn't listen to it. So I went to the next one. This is after Cobo's one. I listened to that one, but I listened to her one, bro. Fucking, I was moved, man. I was moved, eh? And you just sort of know, bro. Her voice is Pacifica. She sounds specific, like. And then just to carry on listening to like 45 minutes and an hour, and suddenly my smile started from 37 minutes, and like straight up, man, the way I felt after listening to it was like, fuck, you know what? If the ABs needed a second fight, fuck, give me a jersey, because that's how it made me feel. It made me feel motivated and like an appreciative. Like she talks about manifesting, right? And like I believe in the WesWes Network for the fact that like what Camz doing, no one else is fucking doing it.
Yeah.
And he's established now, right? So when you get people that come into the space and they don't know the backstory of what Camz built, this is a lot, because from Cabo to now, bar Steve Setsu, they appreciate that he's a Pacifica face in the space, and he's waving the flag for us, So like to manifest something, like, and I said to him when we did the empty out the clip, just me and him, I said I believe in what you're doing, because like fuck, if I'm a believer and I'm all in, fuck, I'm all in, man. And just listening to their podcast is like, fuck, bro, we're only gonna elevate this. Like where we are now is just a sort of a destination, like a pit stop.
Yeah.
Right. And if he decides to get up and go, and then we try and fill this void, like, because what he's doing, like, you're doing it every week now, shit's getting done. You know what I mean? So when we have our big WesWes network meeting, we gotta find out where we're at, man. Because I can't wait to drop the Once Upon a Time in Auckland City, man. Because all we're doing is just like, you know, we're plugging each other, fucking telling it how it is. There's nothing like it on fucking other platforms. Like, you know, you can talk about Joe Rogan, but Joe Rogan ain't Pacific. He ain't fucking from the hood.
Yeah.
He ain't seeing what we're doing. He ain't his struggle ain't our struggle. Like, man, Eric's stories, if we do a night from behind the counter, fuck, that's gonna be surely. People are gonna have a better respect for this guy, man. Because if he was a doorman, if he was working with us on the doors, holy surely. You'd wish that Eric took you out, you know what I mean? Because you give you a chance before he locks the door.
yeah, that's true. I would.
I think my big takeaway from Jemima's episode was, you're right, man. Everything you said, the motivation side, you know, she loves our people, you know, and she comes from a place where, you know, she's in higher education. So she wants to get us to that, you know, get us to higher levels of society. You know, we try and get on into these spaces. And as Pacifica, we are good at what we're good at. We're good at sports. You know, we are good at acting. We're good at the arts, like, you know, performing arts and that. We're good at singing. But when are we going to own these spaces? You know, when are we going to actually, you know, be a rival to New Zealand rugby? Have our own one. When are we gonna have our own record label? You know, our own Spotify. You know, the sky's the limit, man. You know, and I think what she's saying is that we got to break those kind of barriers. That, you know, we're under someone. No, we're not under someone. We can be that person. So it's it is inspiring, and that was a really good episode.
Because if you listen to the back of Steven's pod with Camz, it's like he says a lot of relevant stuff as well, and it's powerful to the point that if you think of it like, shit, we are better. Like the tall poppy syndrome in New Zealand is real, but if you can overcome all the bullshit, like all the noise, and just hold your place, bro. You know, when you fall, it's not going to be far because you can only bounce and come back even bigger. And like, you're proof of it, Us. This is your second take. And like, man, we're going from once a week to twice a week to fucking every day. We just got to keep the
plugging.
Keep plugging. And it's like we're winning. We're still winning, you know?
Yeah.
Have you heard any? Have you been listening to it?
Oh, yeah, just I think I was doing my washing on I think I was a Wednesday or it was a Tuesday night or Thursday night, and then you put on our chat that you just finished an episode of is it Diamond Langi?
Yep.
So you know I just thought, okay, I'll just, you know, click on it and just have a listen because I was doing my laundry, and then it was her voice, eh? Like when I first heard her voice.
Did you close your eyes also?
How did you know? Nah. When I heard her voice, I was like, wow, okay. And then
she's an actress, eh?
Yeah.
And what is she on a short film or?
Yeah, that's Josefina.
She's in the movie Josefina.
And you had an episode on earlier. Was that the one online, like a Zoom?
Nah, they were in a studio at the old house.
Oh, okay.
Did she win?
You were there, Eric, that time.
Yeah.
Oh, so she's Miss New Zealand, eh?
Yeah. What year was that? Did she win that?
2019.
Oh, so she did, because
she's only laid by absolutely beautiful. She's beautiful, bro. Straight.
Yeah, because she beat out Miss Cook Island big time.
And COVID's what kept her out, so she's still the reigning champ. Huh?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
so she's still
Oh, wow.
hold the title.
Until they organize a new...
Explain no extension.
Yeah, I like
that. Yeah, no, cause, I remember seeing the post on Coco Net on Instagram, and she popped up. She was one of they were doing the Pacific region pageant at the time,
cool, man.
and then there was the lead up to, I think, here, Miss New Zealand. But she went further.
So is she officially the Miss? Like, you know how you have like Miss New Zealand, but they're like they're not being, you know, putting any races, not being racist or anything, but they're like Indian, like descent. You know how is she Miss New Zealand like Pacifica
No, she's Miss New Zealand.
Official.
Miss Universe New Zealand.
Wow.
She's Miss New Zealand.
Wow.
New Zealand.
Oh man, okay. No, yeah, it was her voice, and then obviously I was giving banter back to this guy, but then I started listening to. I got deep into the podcast and how she gets into her mindset of how to act out.
Character.
Character.
Yeah, bro. Like, straight up. Like, that's what I said before. I was like, man, I wish I didn't see the snippet and carried on listening.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because fuck, it threw me off big time, eh?
Yeah.
Because she's only Lee.
Yeah,
But it's like, oh man, I should have listened and finished listening to the rest of the pod.
Yeah.
It's like out of body experience, hey?
Yeah, and how she she uses experiences, like anger, like sad, happy. And then she was explaining, hey, can you fill in what she was saying, like who's the David that she kept talking about? Like,
oh yeah. Like that's a technique to act. So she said, like, if you need to, if her scene needs her scene needs her to talk to someone, right? But she needs to have a certain feeling about this person. She's talking to this other character.
Yeah.
So if she has to be angry with this character, obviously it's the other actor, and it's obviously she's pretending to be angry.
Yeah.
To make it more real, she has to think of someone else to replace in her head.
Oh,
that
okay.
will help her be angry.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or any other emotion.
She went to the performing arts school, eh? Or was it the actor school?
Actor school. Yeah.
Wow. And another thing that she was saying too is that she got one of the producers or something. Was it out in Utah? Like was saying like she pulled her aside and saying, hey, you should take some acting classes, eh? After I felt she was established, but just for her to like go back, and then she went back and took acting classes, Yeah, and it was good. It was
sounds like you listened to the whole thing. Like, times of it.
That's probably
Discovery of in the house. Yo.
the longest one I paid attention to. Nah. Yeah, and then I did the whole Google search, and then did the whole Instagram search, and wow.
You do the copy and paste now.
No, it was
only late, bro.
man.
Man, I wish I would have my own podcast.
I wish I was here that night.
Fly on the wall. Wish I was sitting over there with Avez sitting.
Well, I thought it was a good podcast because me, I'm a fan of movies. I love movies, and I'm a bit of a movie buff when it comes to that sort of thing. So it was good for me to talk to an actual actress or actor, someone that's in the industry doing the acting, so I can actually ask those kind of questions. Yeah, and because we all have our favorite actors in Hollywood and all that. And actors we grew up with, and you never really appreciate the art of acting because we just see it on screen and we just But it's good to get insight of the art, talking to someone that's been that's in it. So you can relate it to your favorite actor. So you can relate that stuff in real time. So I thought that was the best part for me anyway, from hearing the inside of that. But she's a really nice girl. Like, she's really humble. She's that's what I got out of it. And when because I text with those guys in Utah, another one that and they messaged me and said, oh, it's good you got her on and blah blah blah. She's really humble and all that. And I was like, yeah, man, honestly, man, she is. So it was good. It was good to reconnect with those guys in Utah because they came on the back of 145.
Oh man.
A couple of years ago, so we got to meet them then. But they've been a big supporter of the podcast and the WesWes network. So it's good to because it was good to get, because I remember asking them, we'll get some of your actors that starred in the movie, because it was her from New Zealand. I can't remember if the others were from here or not, but she was a name that they said, oh, you should get her on the podcast sometime. So
because she's a lead character in that film too, eh?
Yeah.
I need to watch it. Before we go on to the next topic, Camz.
Yep.
Could we do a round of the box?
Oh yeah. Let's do a round of the box.
Okay. We'll start with the.
Oh, you're gonna do one each?
No. Oh, no.
Oh, we'll
Just-
go
just one day.
around. We'll go around and you pick which box you want.
What?
Oh, so we take
Okay.
turns. So, Eric, you start.
Yeah.
We're gonna
Pick a
keep our
box. Pick a
keep
box.
our answer
Yeah, I'll
to
close
like
my
a
eyes.
2 minute
I'll close my
2
eyes.
minute in depth. So you gotta
In your
think.
box. In your box. It's this one.
Yeah.
Oh, anything. Okay. Hopefully I can read.
Oh. What do you mean?
Strange one. Why can't some people age gracefully? Do I put these questions back in the box?
Yeah.
Why can't some people age gracefully?
It's all about health and nutrition. If you look
Are
after-
they talking about physically or mentally? Because it just says gracefully. Is it both?
Well, it's vague, right? So you can, let's just say it's everything, right? So I'm looking at perspective of age, your looks. So I think it's got to do with your health and your, especially your nutrition. Because what I heard was that if you eat healthy food, it fixes you from the inside to the outside. You know, sort of thing. And if you exercise, obviously, you know,
That helps.
it helps. You know, you look younger, and you know, and it's all about looking after your skin. So I think the best way to look after your skin is to eat healthy food to attack those cells from underneath the skin rather than putting stuff on top. Like the first person that comes to mind is Tom Cruise. 'Cause
Yeah, he
that guy-
still looks the same.
that guy's like 60 years old and he still looks like he's 30 or 25, you know. So
For those Botox.
Yeah, but when you see him from the first, what's that, Top Gun? And then you see him in
looks
the
the
latest,
Oh, yeah.
it's
Yeah.
like there's no difference.
Oh,
apart
man.
from him looking a bit, you know, older,
Yeah.
but not by much.
what was the exact words of that question?
Oh, shit. Why
Why can't people?
Age
age
gracefully.
gracefully?
Oh yeah, so yeah.
Why some people can't age
So
gracefully?
that's my answer. Health, and
Yeah.
looking after yourself.
Yeah, I think I agree with that one too. Because you gotta eat proper food, especially whole foods, not processed foods. Like eating the whole fruit kind of thing, not just drinking the juice. They always said, like, I remember hearing this podcast. Shit, I forgot his name now. It's not coming to my mind. But he was talking about bananas, and he was noticing his blood count went up high when he had it in this movie. So he decided just to eat the banana as it is. And then he found out that his blood count, his sugar intake thing was low, and he couldn't get out. You know, couldn't understand. He puts it in this movie. His sugar level was quite high, and he has it as it is. Just, you know, it doesn't add to his count. Probably because he adds sugar and milk and all that. But yeah,
Oh. Yeah. What? Camz and Eric said.
yeah, because it's a hard one. Because the mental side of it,
Age
like
gracefully.
aging gracefully.
Oh, maybe. Yeah, just staying active. I guess.
Yeah. How about
And-
DNA? Do you think it's hereditary? If it's like if you're
jeans.
in your genes?
I don't know, man. Like, I think oh no, it's hard to answer that. But like when I first heard it, I listened to that as in, you mean like people like acting their age? Like, you know, there's some guys that try and like for myself, I still think that the body's fucking 22. And then when I get a haircut, I feel like I'm 18 again. But like, that was like, what was that aimed at me? Like, because I still try to dress like, you know, still wearing like, you know, trying to be relevant.
Oh yeah, no, we'll make it that perspective then. So yeah, I understand that
Yeah.
because man, I remember this guy that I remember when I was young. He was older, but he's wearing clothes like.
Like he's your
Yeah.
your guy's
Yeah.
age.
And I'm thinking, man, that's off, man. That looks wrong. It
And
looks
that's
wrong.
not graceful. That's fugly.
That looks wrong. Like wearing a hoodie and cap, and you know,
Yeah, yeah.
but he looks like my English teacher. You know,
Well, I didn't get it. It was when you're trying to go out and then guys are wearing like church pants and like blazer. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing?
Hey, I used to do that.
Like, these are like my guys. Like, it's like, you can't be looking gangster wearing a suit, cuz.
Yeah.
Unless you're wearing like freaking looks and bandana. What are you up to? Like, you're making everyone feel underdressed, eh?
Okay. Avs, you pick one.
Oh, yeah, I'll go to this one. All right. Okay. So this is from the I'm Too Sexy box. Oh. Oh wow. Oh, it was funny on that night I did the podcast with the girls. I was like, oh no, can I put this one back?
Was it that one you're holding up?
No, this is a different one. Okay, so the question is, guys, what makes good sex, and what was your favorite sex experience? We'll go clockwise. Go, Camz.
It's gotta be the after argument. The
makeup.
The makeup
sex.
It's gotta be that one because that's intense, man. Hey,
Man, I might have to just say this all in Samoan. I was like, oh shit, never know, bro. The girls might be plugging in. They go, why did that? Oh my gosh, my trauma, my kids, you know.
Makeup sex, yeah.
Oh, so
it's gotta be.
Oh,
sorry.
So wait, I'll read the question again, guys.
There's two questions.
Parts of it,
Yeah.
So the first one is, what makes good sex, and what was your favorite sex experience?
Oh, mangkua.
Yeah. What makes
So
good
favorite
sex?
sex experience. So the first part will be
This is for copy ones. Hurry up, once.
Nah, you know what? For me, it's the first time and the makeup sex.
yeah.
Those are the two ones that are different. Hit different.
You're nasty, bro.
And after that, it's just all the same.
What makes good sex?
No. Yeah. I agree with those two. Also, spontaneous. Like you weren't planning
Off
it.
the
You weren't
bat,
planning
yeah.
it.
Rush sex.
Hey.
That's the hurry up now.
Right.
No, it wasn't planned.
It's the gamble stuff.
It wasn't planned, but you just go out and then next minute, hey. You know what I'm thinking?
Let's get it on.
Yeah, it's
He goes, no, what are you thinking? And then, bang.
Wait,
I'm not even gonna say for me, but I was like, I heard. it's the they get caught through, like in the I let my phone place. Just hurry up.
Well, in the public
Has
place.
to be. You use that hurry up mentality everywhere you go. Like, if you think like that, like quick, just hurry up. When you do the washing, what are these guys say? What the ripped undies in the washing?
Oh.
No, that's what I heard.
Rip undies.
Okay, so what's your, is that what you reckon what makes good sex is?
First time.
and
Makeup
the
sex.
makeup sex.
Okay, so what was your favorite sex experience?
Does it have to be a specific time?
Yeah, well, that's what's your favorite? What's the?
Yeah, I think that's it. That's
Oh, hey,
yeah.
oh, hey,
Yeah, that's it.
oh, hey, all right.
Because the first time is the one that
Oh, that's your favorite. Okay.
and then the first time is always the ones that you always remember because it's the first, right?
Oh, yeah.
I'm not talking about the first time you lost your virginity. I'm the first time with that person.
Yeah.
Because
It's new.
it's the end to the leading up to that. You did all your hard yards to lead up to that first time.
Yeah,
It's gonna be memorable.
Sounds like a
That's
fishy
the
story I heard one time.
So it's gonna be memorable.
It was like days
And then-
the nights and the
Yeah. So I
climbing
think
up the hill.
I'm being general with that, right? And then I think after that it's makeup sex because makeup sex is always the
Oh,
one
okay.
that-
Oh, so your answer is like for the first one, but mixed in with the second question, like part of it, eh? Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, well, cool. Oh, you already said yours, Letz. Oh,
Did I not answer it?
All right, what makes good sex, and what was your favorite sex experience?
Yeah, it's that just do it. Let's go. What's on the
Spontaneous.
Let's go.
Let the
Hurry
fire.
up. And then you just start with a little peck on the cheek. Yeah, just a little
That's
squeeze
great.
of the bum.
Hey,
Kiss and
A
bum.
little kiss,
you know?
kiss.
Little kiss, little hug.
How about you, Als? How about you?
Yeah, how about you, Alps?
Ease, what's yours? Like, what makes good sex, and what was? Sorry, I have to read the question, eh? And what was your favorite sex experience?
I think for the first one, my one's been spontaneous. I think for the second one, it will be the second time you have sex, or second or third time. Because there were some things you couldn't do in the first time.
That's a very detailed.
So it gets really, really busy in the second time.
So you
So
didn't
it's
you didn't
really
throw the playbook on the first time, do you?
Nah,
you
just don't check it all
He
in, bro.
doesn't,
wait.
doesn't show his cards. That's right. Yeah.
Fuck yeah, man. It's like
There's
poker.
a little.
It's like poker. You don't go all in.
Yeah. That's
Oh,
not
you got
right.
your backups.
Okay, I'll stop. Thanks for sharing. Guys. So my one is like, okay, what makes good sex? I guess. Oh, this one. Like, I'm like, okay, this is many years. I don't do this now, but like, I guess talking dirty.
Yeah.
Talking dirty.
That works.
Like, okay, so you know how you have pet names and you know, like, I'm just saying, I'm just gonna be real, man. Like,
Big Daddy.
you know, nah. So you know how obviously so what, like, what I would say to previous partners is I would say, I'll call their private part,
You got a name for it.
Empty out the glove.
yep, empty.
Empty
I
out the
call
cup,
it.
bro.
I call it putty cat. I call it putty cat. Okay. So yeah, I call it
Putty cat.
Putty cat. You know, how's that putty cat? Yeah.
Okay.
Watch that putty cat. You know? Hey man,
So what do you call your thing?
I call it Hulk.
You just up on a cape, dude.
Nah.
Well, what do you say? Don't do that. You want to like it when it gets angry.
Anywho. And what was your favorite experience? So mine was, probably the first time I lost my virginity. Yeah.
Yep. Not many people can say that, eh? About that part. Some people have some really lousy first,
Yeah, cool.
I told you this was dangerous, bro.
Let's your box.
What's this one? The zero.
Put those questions back in the boxes. Yeah, you're gonna have to fold them up again.
Oh, this is a really, really serious one, man.
Oh,
How does Sonny read this? How do you feel about the obesity rate for our BI peoples?
the what? Say it again.
So, how do you feel about the obesity rate for our PI people?
Oh, that's bad.
I heard a take on this. I heard a take on it from a friend of ours, and he said, "Man, he reckons that we're not built to eat these processed foods
No, we're not.
because I think because the take was that we are generally thin people. We're lean. If you go to Samoa and go to the plantations and they're all lean, you know, because they're eating the organic stuff there, right?
Yeah.
Back in the islands, you know, and then if you think about the islanders that live here, grew up here, we're eating all the Western foods, like all the processed foods, takeaways, the palangi foods, and look look at those obesity rates with the Polynesians, you know. So I think it's got to do with our body types or our DNA or whatever it is. Just, you know, we're not used to the Western foods.
We still, it's probably because of our ancestors, we're still used to fish, proteins and that, whole proteins, fruits. Because I noticed that too in Rome. It's only since the introduction of takeaways there. It's been there for a while now. But the people out there are starting to get big because all they're doing is fried chicken.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you know, burgers and that. So there's not much. I mean, there's still protein in that, but they don't lean to, because, you know, takeaway foods taste better.
Yeah.
So they eat a lot more. But back in the day, man, everyone was small ass. Like when I used to go, everybody used to think, oh, like I wasn't rare. They always say, oh, you Samoan. What? Not even, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's changed now. I've seen a big, massive change. Some people are still small, I guess, but the majority of them are quite big.
Yeah, there's I think there's things that are put out in place in the community, like for people that are obese, you know, and obviously one of the ones that I know is BBM. You know, he's helping like there's, because I've been to a couple of the classes there, and they got a class for the really obese people. You know, like they can only train on a chair or couch and they're on the crutches and that. So I guess and also it's a choice too, like wanting to know, like, I mean, wanting for yourself to make change, you know. But yeah, like I said, I give it up to those that are out there in the community supporting, you know, people that are going through it, you know, and yeah, make a choice. I'll speak from my experience. I'm now sort of making a change because, you know, I'm not getting any younger, you know. Yeah, just to be around, like, you know, longer for your family, I guess, or for my children. Yeah, that's my take on it. If that's, yeah.
I think it's alarming. It is alarming. I mean, it is worrying. I mean, we're now part of that. Like, you know, we're from the generation that used to go play on our bikes and play, you know, manhunt and go make huts down at the creek and stuff. But then this generation that's coming through is just sitting still, sitting on tablets, and it's almost like a false chore to go outside. But in terms of, like, our generation, like, to be honest, like, I've always masked my feels with me, like, you know, and it's probably not the best thing to have a feed and then go have a sleep.
Yeah.
And on top of the shift work that I do, I mean, it's hard to try and keep a good frame of mind, like a mental state.
Yeah.
But I think the poverty in New Zealand, especially in Auckland alone, especially with the rising of everything, like the rising of gas and like milk, bread, just all the staples, And so when it comes down to it, like, the stuff that is affordable is usually the stuff probably not good for our diets.
Yeah.
There's no education. Like, maybe if they put that into schools about educating kids on the certain foods that we should eat, because you got to start with the kids, If the kids don't know and they just mimic everything that we do, they pretty much, we're not breaking any cycles. Like, you know, I think that's where it's got to start. And I think the government, which they probably won't even do until they get a new government and players, to sort of start with the children. And because I remember back in the day they'd have that chart about sugars, like what has sugar, when they had it outside the dental clinic. So they said, don't eat this and eat more of these. Like, you know, 20 apples equates to like 1 can of fizz, you know, of good sugars.
Tablespoons.
But yeah, it's hard. It's a hard fact, man. Like, you know, I know a lot of people mask their feels, like, you know, whatever they're feeling with food. And, you know, that's the thing about our culture too, is like we all galango, we go to funerals or we go to weddings, and then we all sit around and fucking eat.
Yeah.
Like guys, man, we to the point like, oh fuck, I'm coming. Second round, the dessert's not up yet, man. You know, but that's just us. Like we live and we celebrate over food, like at the table. So until that mindset changes, man, we're just fucking, we're like the women's rugby team trying to push the car up her way until things change.
Yeah, I think the environment has to change too. Because if you think of the time we're in now, there's food everywhere. I mean, food is abundant, and we're talking about junk food and healthy food, and the cost is different too. Healthy food is more expensive than junk food, you know. And there's a lot of it. There's a lot of takeaways out there. There's a lot of fast foods, you know, and it's all about your working life too. Because if you have to work all day, come home tired from cooking, and you got to feed the family, and then you're on your best option is to go get a fast food takeaway because you're too tired and all that. Like you don't have, then you're gonna settle for those kind of foods. And I think the system, the way the things are, is against us, since a lot of us live in the lowest, like the
socioeconomic.
Yeah, the lowest socioeconomic areas in Auckland. And if you look at those areas, what's in every corner? Liquor store, takeaways, junk food, everywhere. Bakeries, fried chicken, that kind of stuff. And, it's until something needs to change, like what can we change? Say no to all this stuff? Because I think we touched on the last episode clip with Geo. And, if anything, the government has told us anything through COVID, that they can do anything. Yeah. If they can shut down fast food because of COVID, if they got the power to do anything, then they can sort this out. So, yeah, it's a hard one, but I think it has to come. The answer has to come from all of us to just know that what we're leading to. There's that big diabetes thing hanging over our heads. And heart attacks and all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, that's a hard one.
Yeah, that's a scary question.
But speaking of food, we got a food review. So,
oh goodness, man.
So let's up here.
Man, my magazine's full for this shit. Let's go.
Let's go.
So, as I mentioned last week, I went and picked up my Toa Samoa hoodie from the Tongan Polar Bear. Big shout out to Daryl Aotearoa and Hauji Apparel. Man, when I got there, I told you how Pat was going on about Sonny, man. You got to check out this bakery on Killian Road. It was on, the Henderson High, Henderson Valley Road. He was amping me up. He was like blowing so much smoke in my heart. I was like, fuck yeah, I'm ready to go. So I went. And man, to be honest, there was some eye candy behind the counter.
Wow.
But I went in there, concentrate just on the potato top and the bacon and egg, the steak and cheese pie. Yeah, man, I just sat in the car, carried on recording. Then went and got daily tea, and then I ate outside the shop. It's like a 2-minute drive from Henderson Valley Road to the main street in Henderson. Fucking the potato top pie was a guy, man.
Hey.
Straight up. And like, that's head to head to, I would say, the name of the bakery. I'm saying, okay, so we reviewed, was it the Glen Eden Bakery? That hits a hit, bro. It's a fucking car crash, bro. That pie doesn't...
Not even close.
Not even a Warren of Fitness. I rated it like a 2.5 out of 5. Pastry was okay, but the inside was Gaia.
Yeah.
Was Gaia, man. And it was hard, tough. Yeah. Like, not with the gas,
Yeah.
Sadly, not with the gas. But because he amped up the steak and cheese, even
Not even.
it's a head Palomino, not a car crash. Like whoever was driving in their car accident when the Samoa parade was going on, yeah, that was the guy in the car that was following. Hit the other car in front. It was another from Mercedes.
He must have been wasted or something.
Sorry, Rocky, man. That was my build up, skillet, man. Like, fuck, it was, yeah, man. Not even hitting the 4. I said I'd give it like a 3.5. 3.
Wow.
3 of that. And that was being generous too.
Yeah.
I was being generous. Like, yeah, man. Not good, eh? So, till this day, man, there's 2 bakeries that stand out. Glen Eden for the bacon and egg, or the potato top.
Yeah, man.
And then the Palomino for the steak and cheese. Te Ratu Road for the steak and cheese. And Yeah, until someone comes up and really, really does their homework. Like, fuck, don't waste my gas, Jesus. Gas is almost $3 a litre. Yeah, that was
Fair
my
enough.
food review for that.
Man,
So-
I'm no good to do those kind of food reviews because I like everything.
Yeah. But because he was, man, just, saying this and that, even like the steak and the cheese, man, Palomino steak and cheese, man, that cheese just sits. Yeah, when I took the bite and I had a look, there's nothing. It's like, yeah, really sad. Eh? But until we find another one, the 5 stars, we'll keep rolling with the 5 stars. But yeah, but anyone that listens and like watches, like pull out the comment,
Drop
and
a
plug.
comment on the page.
But please do not tell us if it's less than a 4 out of 5.
Okay,
It's not worth the gas. Eh?
I won't tell. I won't say my one day.
And where's your one?
The bakery PC.
What's that?
Up at
Oh,
London.
Ranui Mahini Raid, is it?
Yeah, the one at the back.
At the back, yeah.
Oh yeah, man.
I find their food good.
Yeah.
I like their chicken burger, like that's already been made.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah,
It's
It's
got
like
veggies
this-
and the mayo, the salt. I like those.
Where's that? Is that at the Ranu shops?
Nah, it's at Lanark.
You know,
Right,
across
yeah,
the road from
right.
ITM, man. Is ITM the wood?
That's the
Straight
one.
across the road.
yeah. So you see those row of shops, and then there's a side street. It's just like probably just right there in the corner, further back,
Oh,
behind the pizza place.
yeah. Sorry, I just had a flashback. But I'll say it on memory lane.
Oh, you do remember
yeah.
that?
Oh, okay.
Unless you got a food review.
No. Oh, no.
Oh, I got one more. Oh, fuck, I forgot what it's called. I think it's Munch Hunks in Glendine.
Munch Hunks. That
Munch-
sounds interesting.
Yeah, Munch Hunks just opened up in Glendine. It's right next door to a couple of doors over to the left from Mailing. And then a couple of doors over to the right from Super Noodles. Super Noodles, by the way, make the best chicken and chips out west. If you want to go and say what's up to the old lady in there, you know what it is.
Is it better than Mei Ling's one?
Country
really?
Bars. Well, that's what we had on our, was it 135 episode?
Oh yeah.
Remember? And you was, are they good, is it? So, yeah, it's very good.
I'm going to have to challenge you on the chips though.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, well.
But the
Oh.
Munch Hunks, yeah, their chips, their fries aren't they great, but their burgers, so they make smash burgers.
Oh, yeah.
And in comparison to the double cheese at Lucky G's, yeah, man, fucking Munch Hunks, bro.
Hey.
Punching above, bro. Punching above. They got a double cheese with pickle, lettuce, and egg.
All right.
And man, the way that mixes with the mayo and the sauce, fuck, home run, bro. I rate that a 5. 5 out of
Wow.
5. And then they do like chicken bites and chicken burgers as well. I haven't tasted the chicken, but yeah, they're double cheese with an egg burger. Fuck, it's mean. So, mad shout out to that new place up in Glendine.
Oh, true.
Yeah, man. feeling
Munch
check
Hunks.
it out.
I'm going to go check it out.
Munch Hunks.
Yeah.
Because, man, I love that smash burger. Eh? That's
Yeah,
like,
all these patties were like big, eh? Like, I
Mm.
know, like Lucky G's is like probably, they remind me of like a smaller sized bun. But
Mm.
these guys, now their burgers are quite big. Like, say, that's a carton there, you get fries and the burger. Burger's quite
Wow.
like, wow.
Mm.
But you're quite filling. We had it last night.
Got my favorite fish and chips, but the chips you can't beat Ranui and at Brooks Road, the takeaway there. I forgot the name of it, but Indians run it.
Oh, yeah.
That one.
Yeah.
The chips there, man. The trick is you can't if your house is far away, like you gotta eat it straight
there.
away, because when it's wrapped and it gets soggy, it gets wet real quick.
Oh, yeah.
But you gotta eat it like
Yeah, fresh.
fresh, like
Yeah.
because it's crunchy as man. This is like fries, like from McDonald's.
Is that the one next to the cookie house?
Yeah,
Oh,
cookie
yeah.
house.
Yeah, because we did get a bunch of chips from there, and because Joe he likes his chips crunchy, so when he gets them, he opens them up
Yeah,
a little,
that's what you have to do
and then take it home, and
for
then
those
he
chips.
fully opens them and then puts them in the oven on the low heat, and it keeps it just right.
Mm.
What did you have from there? Are you just talking about their fries?
Just their fries, yeah, the chips.
Are they chicken
Yeah.
salt? Are they chicken salt or normal salt?
I don't know, but
These-
man,
these
it's just crispy as. It's
Do you like
crispy.
chicken salt?
Yeah, I prefer chicken salt.
Hey, oh man, I just like normal. Like I don't. Yeah, that's I think too salty for me. Like I just like normal salt. You know. Oh, so everyone's talking about their favorite fries. Mine is the one the roundabout down bottom, you know, the takeaways there.
On the right there, yeah.
Yeah. Before you go up to Bumbak. Yeah, I like the fries there.
Oh, and Smith and Wong.
Yeah, the old.
Hey,
Really?
Yeah.
I haven't been there in ages.
I like the man. I used to like. I like the fritters there.
Bro, the spring rolls. I reckon the spring rolls from there are fucking
Oh, no.
the best.
The South fritters are nice at Smith and Wong.
Yeah.
Because I remember, they still taste like back in the day?
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
man.
oily. Yeah,
Oily.
No, there's you know, potato, but I like when I used to eat bad was the scallops. I'll get they're $2.20, but they're like the size, like they're massive. But it obviously is massive because it's fat, you know.
Because of the batter.
The batter.
Yeah.
But I used to get that. I'll get like 5 and get me a bread next door. Boom, boom, make 5 sandwiches easy.
Yeah, I used to always go there and get 2 spring rolls.
Right.
Just 2 spring rolls and that's me. All the time. 2 spring rolls.
Yeah.
You know, it's cool. I like how we talked about how diabetes and obesity. And next minute we're talking about our favorite.
Probably someone listening
about food,
gonna
we're like,
listen to this and be like,
yeah.
these cans.
We were like, yeah.
I just
360.
I just want you to remember edit that part about I said about the putty cat. Just edit that part, okay? That never happened, right? That never happened, bro.
Bro, so before that you were going, I want to feed you. You just had these oysters that also not about.
Bro. Oh no,
Just Dr. Love.
my memory lane because we were talking about bakery. Is that time? Remember that time we came from? We went to the bakery East, like straight after. I think we were at Kingsland. And
Yeah.
Bro, I remember this. We were horsed. We were horsed and went to the bakery near Domino's. You know, on the Larnac. You know, the block of shops is that.
Yeah, the PC bakery.
Oh
The chicken place, eh?
Yeah. So we went there, bro. I don't even know. First of all, I didn't even know how we got there. And then when we ordered our food, and I remember Ease, bro. I recorded him too, my old phone. So this guy was like, you know, it was slurry. And then I'm like, Ease, you're good. He's like, yeah, you know. And then, that was my memory lane. Going back to the bakery and just getting a munch early hours in the morning,
Fuck,
bro.
we stayed there for ages too, eh?
We were both, we were
That
wasted.
food, man, it put me like straight on the level.
Yeah.
I was like, I couldn't move after that.
Yeah, sorry, that was my memory lane.
Fuck you, man.
Because we're talking about bakery, and I just remember I said the bakery.
Yeah, because I was in bad shape that morning, bro.
Fuck.
Man, I had the same kind of experience with a friend of mine. I'm not going to say his name. But we were in town and we got those, we were like finishing at the bars and that. I was on K Road and went to those kebab places on K Road.
Oh, yeah.
And we had, so we bought those kebabs in the wrap. You know how the wrap comes in the foil?
Yeah.
Oh, you ate
eat it.
foil.
My mate was eating the foil. Man.
What the fuck?
But even like nothing, like no foil was on there. Like, you know, I was like, Sonny, you're eating the foil. And he didn't even hear me. He was just too drunk. He was just too drunk, still eating the foil.
What the
I've seen that. I've seen that before. I've seen
Straight
that.
up, that's so common, bro. As soon as he said it, I was like, bro,
They ate the foil.
What the fuck?
Fuck.
Fuck, that's drunk.
Is that dangerous? So they got some
Oh,
chemicals
fuck
in there.
that shit, bro.
I don't know. Hopefully he shits it out.
Hopefully he didn't leave the country there.
Truly.
Let's carry the secret weapon.
So I was doing my best to stop him from, but he was still eating it. Like it was nothing. Fuck.
You must have been hungry.
Fuck, I remember one time, fucking one of the boys, 18th, and we did the, because I was back in the day, man, I was a responsible kid. I'd never had a license, but I was driving my mate's car for his 18th, and we got around town. Fuck, it was that time of the time to go home, go and eat. And then whatever money was in the car, which was his wallet, we were sitting in the back, like Nono Sua was sitting in the back with the bro, and I had one of the other guys sitting at the front. So then, like, in my head, I was like, oh, what are you on? Thinking that someone at the back's going to pay for it. So they got a fire. Birthday boy fell asleep. He paid for it. But we ended up with, like, fucking massive muffins, eh?
Fuck.
And fuck, we were always just fucking hungry, eh? Then we were, like, driving. I was dropping everyone off. And the birthday boy took one bite out of his massive McMuffin, and he just stepped like this the whole way. So we got to Nonu's house. It was like looking over at Nonu, like, I thought this guy's gonna waste his burger. We're out here not driving. When I turned back, the burger's gone. The man takes his burger. But it was funny because when we chopped the burger off, we were like, Sonny, you're home. Bro, he just opened his eyes, carried on chewing, like, oh, shut for the feed, bro. He literally took one bite out of his burger. I was like, fuck, do you know that you pay for everything? But the order came to like $80.
And the one bite was still in his mouth.
Yeah, bro, we went pretty much all around West Auckland, bro. Then he went,
yo, yeah, thanks for the feed, boys.
All right, let's. I'll pick up my car tomorrow. I was like, fuck, Sonny, man. I can't believe you got robbed twice. You got robbed twice in the same fucking car ride, man.
All right, boys. Last words. Eric, start.
Yeah, I think I got one. More like a shout out to my mum. She had a hard week this week. They had a young one pass away in where she works, because she works at the hospital, so she helps the nurses in that with the cleaning and that. And they had a little one because prior to that, she was saying that she was hanging out with the child, and she was all good, running around, laughing, and then the next day she was still active, and then all of a sudden she just passed away. But she was really because all of the staff there, they were all like trying to do their part to try and help out to resuscitate the little one, but she didn't pull through. So my mum was pretty shook up a little bit, because that's probably the first one she's seen like that, and she's worked there for a while now. So it doesn't happen often, but when it does, it's really bad.
Yeah.
But she's still going to work, so yeah, big ups. Big ups to my mom.
No, I want to make my shout out to my late cousin passed away from leukemia earlier this year. It was one of my first cousins. He's like one of my first cousins up older than me. And he lost his battle. He was battling for about 6 months. And they cremated him. And I remember at the time feeling a certain way about, like, you know, what was happening with his body being brought back to New Zealand and that. And I'm grateful to my sisters there. You know, I got sisters everywhere in Oz, you know, because they had a rule at the house that no one was allowed to take any video footage, photos, whatever. But you know, you can always rely on a sister to come through and just send you those ones. Like, oh, hey, cuz, you know, here's a photo for you. And it sat with me because it was the only picture I saw of my cousin, and the last photo I saw before him was when he was telling me that he had leukemia. So we just messaged, we never really spoke. So when my aunt passed away, his missus showed up with his ashes. So he was cremated. And I sort of knew that he'd passed, but I just had that parked in my mind. I never tried to address it, like even talk about it, you know. Didn't want to acknowledge it to the point like I would stop listening to R&B. Like, you know, I'd always come home and talk about New Zealand music. I listen to my playlist. I stopped listening to all this R&B because everything, Boyz II Men, Milestone, and yeah, it was all him. Like, he was the Mr. Suave Leo Lofa guy, because he was like everything he did and told us about, we were trying, you know what I mean? So to answer that question about the experiences, it was filtered down from him. Like, if he said, oh, I took a girl out, you know, and I played this song. So that's where I got all my dating skill knowledge was from him.
Yeah.
But like, even though I had that issue packed in my head about how I felt about his passing, and I never really addressed it, when she showed up with him and his in a box and in a bag. So he was there with us, right? And it really changed my mind on how I think about cremation now. Because she said to me, if he was still alive, we would have been on the first plane here for answer. And the fact that I got a photo of one of the boys in his club gear, you know, and I had him in my hands, but I didn't know. It was like, man, I created a photo of him standing next to me and me and the bro having the photo. So it really like opened my eyes about, like, you know, people's circumstances. So my last words is, when people make decisions in the circumstances that they have and it's out of your control, they never dwell or fall deep into a real depressed sort of state of mind. because we don't know the whole story, but until you know the whole story and then all the info is brought in, and, you know, not that anyone owes it to you, but just be real considerate about how you look at things and view things. Because, man, holding his ashes and, like, just, you know, having them close to my chest from the cemetery to the reception afterwards, it just changed my whole mindset, eh? And, like, sort of lifted a weight off me, you know? Just not thinking about it anymore. But, yeah, man, shout out to the cuz now for bringing the cuz Rob home. Like, fuck, it meant so much to me, man. Like, because we were close, you know? Like, we shared so much shit. And, like, yeah, it's just nice to sort of, like, know, like, I know my cousin's in a good place and she's taking them around and stuff. But, yeah, that was my last words.
All right. Now my last words is, at the end of the day, like, you can only control what you can control. You know, I stay in my own lane. I try not to compete and to, like, keep up with people. I just take my time out. Just take your time and just do everything that you want to do. At your own pace. You don't have to compete with everyone, and just stay in your own lane. Yeah, these are my last words. And edit that pretty cat thing out, bro. Fuck, I knew you're gonna put it up, bro.
Too late.
Nothing gets edited out.
Yeah, that was
Hell nah.
At the end of the day, it's nighttime, so
Beautiful.
let's go Toa Samoa. Free Freddy.
Hard.
Free Freddy tomorrow. 3:30 a.m. tomorrow. So don't know if you guys are gonna stay up until then or go to sleep and wake up 3:30. Predictions, man, it's gonna be a close one. If anything you could take from today's game against Australia and Kiwis, like, you know, everyone thought that was a whitewash. Everyone thought Kangaroos gonna wipe the floor with the Kiwis this morning. They didn't, and it was a close game, you know. And if there's anything to go by tomorrow's result, if any thoughts of England gonna wipe the floor with Samoa, well, I don't think so. I think it's gonna be a close game. Man, I hope Samoa's gonna win, but they've got a lot against them because England is a good team, and they've shown that through this tournament. So, you know, man, I'm going for the Toa Samoa, man. I just, you know, because if we wrote Kiwis off, that was a mistake because they had a good game against the Kangaroos. So everyone that's gonna write Samoa off, better be careful because they might just pull it off. So
yeah, true.
Hopefully. Who's the last Burgess brothers that's playing for England?
Thomas.
So let's hope to take Thomas's post, because the only T that matters is the Toa. You know what it is.
Yeah. Nice.
All right. Let's get the fuck out of here, boys. Fuck.